Buenos dias, welcome back to my channel, friends. If you're here, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart how grateful I am for you, because I took a really long time off. In my eyes, a long time. I feel like for social media, a long time. And I am currently in Sayulita, Mexico. So I want to share what I've been up to over the past 4-ish weeks of my social media break, what I've been doing, why I took this break, what I've learned through taking time off of creating and posting and producing and working even, and just kind of share how this has really shifted my life, my perspective, and things in my life too. I have just been really getting clear on prioritizing my own needs, and recently my needs have been resting, regulating my nervous system, just coming back into a deep alignment with my true self and what truly matters to me. Because if you've seen a few of my past videos, you may or may not know that I have been burnt out for like the last year. I've been so burnt out from being on social media for the last 10 years, posting constantly, always creating, and then also working on my business, growing my online wellness coaching business where I help a lot of women find food freedom, heal their body image, build self-confidence, which is such a huge passion and fulfillment of mine. But what I've realized over time is that because I was kind of doing things in a way that was really forceful, in my masculine, pushing, never really taking time off or never really resting, I recently have been able to tune in and just check in with myself and feel how unregulated I really truly am, and just feeling like I'm constantly running off of stress and these cycles that I've been stuck in. It's almost like the universe has been kind of forcing my life around me to crumble so that I can really see how these habits are no longer serving me. And so what I really want to share with you in this video is essentially 5 things that I've kind of learned over this last month. And I mean, I'm still learning. I'm still not fully back on, if you will. I'm still kind of taking a break. I am just really tuned in and listening to my body. And one really amazing thing that I've been able to, I think, tap into a lot more is listening to my intuition. Because when you get off social media, when you remove all the distractions, and when you don't have that constant gratification of scrolling and liking and seeing other people's content and consuming, you are basically kind of left with no other choice but then to be with yourself, like sit in whatever you're going through. And that is something that came up a lot for me, and just seeing how whenever I had a really uncomfortable emotion, or maybe I was having a tough day, I mean, I cried a lot on my time off because I'm just moving through a lot of life transitions. I'm still mourning a breakup. I'm still mourning my old life in Tulum. I'm still just grieving a lot and really stepping into this new unknown chapter. Like, I'm kind of stepping into this new version of myself that I've never been before. So a lot of emotions are coming up. And so when I was taking this break off of social media, I would have these feelings come up of just maybe fear or self-doubt, or maybe feeling sad, maybe feeling like a lot of grief coming up. And although I've always, given myself space to feel my feelings, like, what I noticed in taking this break is that even if I'm feeling my feelings, I would often grab for my phone or start working, or basically like not fully let myself in totality feel and process what is coming up. So in the past, I would start scrolling, I would grab for my phone, I would like do all these things to basically avoid those really deep down emotions. Maybe on the surface, I would, feel sad or let myself cry, but to really not go grab for that distraction or that thing that allows us to avoid our emotions, that was probably the most eye-opening thing that I experienced in these last 4 weeks, because it not only allowed me to, tune in to what is really coming up in my own body and feel the sensations and go through those really uncomfortable, sticky feelings, but it also then allowed me over time, like as I really started to sit with those emotions and not distract myself, to tune into my intuition in a way that I've never been able to before. Like really being able to tune into how I'm feeling in a certain situation, or where is my energy going? Where is my attention going outside of my body? How are other people making me feel? For example, if I felt really drained or anxious hanging out with a certain friend, I would be able to tune into that. Or if I was starting to feel stressed about something, or a certain emotional cycle was coming up, like, okay, now I'm able to kind of see what triggers that. So being able to trust my intuition and kind of trust whatever is coming up and use it almost as a compass was life-changing. The second thing that I would say that I was really able to tap into during my social media break is connecting back to nature in a way that also helps me connect back to myself. Because I spent a lot of time outside. I fully always feel recharged, rested, supported, and held when I'm in nature. I think as humans, all of us feel this way. It's just a matter of like, how much have you actually let yourself tap into that? Because I spent every single day outside as much as I could, whether that was going to the ocean, going to the beach, being in the forest, going for a hike, even just going for a walk around my neighborhood and listening to the birds, or watching the trees in the wind, or looking at whatever view I had available to me. It just allowed me to really stay in the present moment. Being present in nature also allowed me to then connect to myself and connect to my inner being, again, connecting to my energy. The third thing I would say is it really allowed me to be able to accept help from other people, like being able to lean on other people and not always be everyone else's support system. I've always been in that coach role. You know, I am a women's wellness coach. I naturally gravitate towards supporting others and being there for others. And something that I've learned along that journey that I'm on in being a coach is that I have a really hard time showing my more vulnerable side to people that I'm close with and people that I trust. Like, even if I know that they're going to be there for me, I have somehow created this complex of thinking I need to have it all together and I need to be totally fine and not struggling with anything. And throughout this period, I really, really leaned on my people and was just so honest with them. Most days being like, I'm feeling really sad, or I'm going through a lot, or this has been, you know, really scary for me, these emotions that I'm processing, and just really being so honest and vulnerable, I think was so healing for me to know that I don't have to put on this facade. I think this is where a lot of that loneliness or feeling stuck and isolated can come from, is in not asking for help. I can now be fully myself, be vulnerable, ask for help, and know that no one's gonna judge me. The people who are really there for me and love me and care for me will support me. And it just also helped kind of relieve a lot of that tension. Like, if I was holding on to a lot of anxious feelings, and if I just told someone, hey, I'm feeling really anxious, like I don't really know why, or this is coming up, almost immediately it just felt like a huge weight was lifted off of my shoulders. So that to me was a really, really big thing that I experienced. The fourth thing I would say is it really allowed me to slow down and also see that my worth is not tied to how much I produce, how much I create, how many followers I have, how many clients I have. All of these kind of arbitrary numbers really started to become my identity. I really started to identify with all of those things. And I think that when we can take a step back from that and see that our worth as humans is not in how much we do, but it's what's on the inside, you know, like how we care for people, how we feel in our life, how we're showing up for ourselves, what's really fulfilling us. When we can really put our best foot forward in, you know, living from the inside out, something that I always talk about, we're gonna live on such a more deep aligned level, because we're no longer doing it for that outside perception. It doesn't matter how many followers, how much money you make, how much things you have, because at the end of the day, you can have all those things and still be miserable. You can still be depressed. You can still be feeling unfulfilled, feeling lonely. So for me, like, taking that really clear intention to live in my deepest alignment from the inside out was really, really eye-opening, because I started to just see my old patterns of really identifying with all those arbitrary numbers and how toxic that was, how much that drained me. And then because my identity was so wrapped up in those things, I really believe that that's why I started to become burnt out. We are human beings, not human doings. And at the end of my life, I really want to look back and see all the memories I created, all the connections I made, all the fun and adventures that I had, not, look back and see that I made my whole life about work or numbers that at the end of the day won't matter. In the next few videos that I share and upload, I'm going to be sharing more about my experience right now in Sayulita. I'm here for a few weeks. I just went to a content creators retreat and it was amazing. I have so much to share. And so much that I learned about myself too in that environment, and especially just being in my own place now here in Sayulita. I'm growing and I'm evolving and I'm changing and I'm surrendering. So this final thing that I feel like I really learned was to trust myself and be more connected to source or the universe or God, whatever you want to call it. I personally more so resonate with the universe and coming and supporting me. But in trusting that I'm supported, I'm provided for, that I can let go and not feel like I need to grip the reins of my life so hard to feel, so in control, because control is such an illusion in our lives. And I know that a lot of us, we feel like we need to do certain things to be in control, but it's all an illusion. So really deepening my connection there with the universe in meditation, maybe in really just like speaking out loud, in visualizing the life that I want to live and that I'm already abundant in those things, like not waiting until an external event comes in for me to feel how I want to feel. And this is something that I talk about a lot in my videos. It's about living from the inside out. So I'm already abundant, I'm already wealthy, I'm already free, I'm already at peace. And then that is how my life feels. It doesn't have to come after I hit a certain goal or after an event happens or after I meet someone. All those things can exist right now. So in deepening my relationship and connection to the universe, to source, to God, whatever you want to call it, it's been a learning curve because I had a lot of frustration and resentment and anger kind of towards the universe for a little bit, of just like, why is this happening to me? And like, why won't you give me more signs? But in just finally letting go, it took me a long time. I was like really in this like resistance energy. And finally, when I tapped into my just trusting, surrendering, letting go frequency that I really want to operate from, not only feel so much lighter, but things happen very quickly when you are in that frequency of letting go and trusting. If you want to learn more about the things that I've been doing to connect more, to manifest, to just be in that surrender energy, let me know in the comments. I'd love to share more on this video. These are just really short snippets of what I've been experiencing. So I'm going to be sharing a lot more. I'm back. I feel fully recharged from my month off. So I'm really excited to kind of get back into creating for you. I am just so thankful that you're here. Seriously, your support means the world, and I'm excited to keep learning on this journey together and diving in deeper into a lot of these concepts that have been really, really monumental and life-changing for my life, and hopefully it resonates for you too. So I will see you soon.